Hi everyone, it's NonnaGrace, and I'm from Western New York. Today I decided I would go out because the temperatures are like 45 to 50. It's pretty warm out. It was enough to where when I shoveled I could get rid of some of the snow so that it wasn't as slippery. And I did find an egg in the grass area from Thunder, but she must have been able to fly back home because I didn't have to let her in, and I don't know how she did it because I didn't see any footsteps anywhere. But there's no snow on the porch, and the snow is melting. We're actually melting. It makes me think of the witch. Yep. We're melting.
I'm melting.
Yeah, like on Wizard of Oz. I went down to the bank today because which is really my credit union. Because, well, the bank that I had closed, and so then the credit union came in, so I decided, well, this is close, so I will open up an account with that credit union. Then they moved. They went a good, I don't know, maybe 10 miles away. And it's like, gee whiz, I got an account with you because you were close, and now they're just as far as the bank is. So I went down there today because my card, when I went to use it the other day, I noticed that it was just about ready to expire. So I brought it in, and she said, she says, well, may I see it? And then when she saw it, she goes, oh, this looks brand new. And it's because I only use it for paying bills, and I keep it in my wallet all the time, but I don't use it in the stores. It's never used in the store. And it's actually not a credit card, it's a debit card, but I keep calling it a credit card because that's how I use it. Everything comes out of my own account. A credit card would be where they'd bill me later, right, which is the one we use when we go on vacation because the bank said that we should have a card
it's
that
safer
was different.
When you're traveling.
Right, because they could empty your account. And this way they can't empty your account.
We use our debits as a credit because a lot of times then you don't have to use the PIN number.
Right.
And the stores all treat it the same way.
I don't remember my PIN number, so that's a good thing that they don't have you use a PIN number. Also, the reason I'm talking about this credit card is I went down to get a new one, or this debit card. I went down to get a new one, and she goes, it will look different, and this is what it looks like now. It's got nothing on the front, and everything's on the back. Whereas if you look at your cards, you'll have your name and your numbers on the front, and then only the security code is on the back. Well, they've changed it up completely, and they printed it out right there, so I don't have to wait. Because I asked her, how many days will it take to come? And she says, well, we'll make it right now. So she printed it out right there. She shredded the other one, and so then I brought it home. Yesterday when Jim went to get the mail, there was a card in the mail, and the card was from Candance, and it was a Christmas card. And Candy, she says her friends call her Candy. I always call her Candance. I must not be a friend.
Well, you're more formal.
I use her formal name is what I do, and it says a Christmas wish. And it says, wishing you a bright holiday moments to enjoy while they're here. To remember all year, Merry Christmas. Love the Brewers. It's Candance Brewer. It says Candy, Mitch, and Cody Jean. And this is the card. It's a really pretty card.
It is.
I haven't sent any Christmas cards out, but I thank you for this. If I send anything out, it'll be a shock to me and it'll be a shock to you, because I usually don't send cards. But I love getting them. Thank you so much for this card. I also wanted to talk a little bit about Christmas. If you ask your kids, what'd you get for Christmas last year? A lot of times they won't remember. But they have a huge list that they want this year. And it's crazy, the amount of the money that they think the parents are made of. Like I have a grandson he's just 4th grade, I believe. And he says that he wants a phone. And I says, a phone? Do you know how much those phones cost? I says, I don't even have one of those phones because they cost so much. And he says, well, he wants one. And I says, why would you want one? And he says, so I can call my mom. I says, are you going to call your mom or text your mom? He'll probably text her. And that's another thing that I don't like is this texting stuff, because I don't text very often. I might text through Messenger on my iPad, but I would rather a phone call. I enjoy hearing the voice. And there was an advertisement on TV that was saying that if there was about a lady that smoked a lot, and I guess she's very ill, and she said that call your kids every day because it might be the last chance you have, so send them a text. It's like, no, don't send them a text, because I could send a text from that phone and you'd think it was from her. Use your voice. A lot of people don't even know how to use a phone, and it's crazy. When I handed my granddaughter the phone, cordless phone. She wanted to know why I was handing her the remote. She had no clue what a landline phone looked like. And then she called, but she didn't leave a message. I said, you have to leave a message, because it won't tell you who called if you don't leave a message on the answering machines. So she called again and then left a message. They don't understand. They think that if the phone rang and it's in I suppose if it's in the mobile phones, it shows the number most of the time.
It may show the number, but it doesn't show who called.
Who called. And unless you know the number, you might think it's a telemarketer calling you. Well, don't overspend, people, because kids don't remember what they got last year. I do remember what I got for Christmas. I wear them every day, my bracelets. And I got yarn. I use that up all the time. I'm using yarn. And I remember what I got when I was in 4th grade. That was probably in 5th grade and 6th grade. I remember those things. I got the one year in 4th grade, I got a bride doll, a fishing pole, and a plastic flute. I wanted a real flute, but I got a plastic flute. And in 5th grade, I got a terrarium. And in 6th grade, I got a spirograph. And that's all I remember that I got. And then I remember we used to always share everything that my sisters and I got. We would get maybe a blouse and a skirt. And it would be for the girls, and because we were all the same size pretty much. So we used to wear the same thing. And if there was a game that the family got, it was for the family. It was for all of us. So, those kids that want tons and expensive things, they won't remember it. And the chances are they'll lose the parts to it, and it will be buried in the bottom of their stuff that they have. And if you ask them where is it, they'll say, I don't know. They'll probably don't know. Well, have a great night and think about it, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.